All right, so let's continue on my personal website. In the last episode, we populated this landing page with information about me, about the 60-day challenge that I'm currently doing. Then my companies, then we have a page per company. We need to style those. I want to change the design of those cards. Then we have a blog. We need to categorize this, but it's all working. And we created a admin dashboard where we can see the total posts, the challenge days. We still need to work on the challenge. Right now we only mapped out the posts, so we can create a new post and we can edit current posts. So what I want to do today is I already made the list last episode, so we need to fix the URLs of the websites, because I think if we go to here, those URLs, this one is correct, but I think for internship abroad, it's not. No, it's internshipabroad.com and my website.co. Okay, I want to add my YouTube icon to the footer. Social links are not correct currently, so we need to update those. The different layout for the post table. What I mean with that is, I'm not a big fan of this. I want some more information, maybe the SEO title, the meta description. The hero image. This one, I think this is way too big. I actually just saw design. Something like this might be cool, but then first we actually need to remove my background. I think we can use Canva for this. Should be easy. Publish to Vercel, change the DNS records to Vercel and Cloudflare, and fix design of the company cards. Company cards are those. And then we have a lot to do with... Actually, what I want to do today is add YouTube embed to the blogs. What I mean with that, I want to embed my YouTube videos to the blog articles. So I would say let's just dive into it today. Let's start upgrading the page. Maybe we can publish it today. And then once all that is done, we can just start improving and start adding cool stuff. Yeah, so let's go. I'm just gonna do it this way so you guys can see the checklist. I can see the checklist and we just have cursor open. So for the URL, I'm not gonna use cursor. So basically this is just your navigation of the website, right? So this is the main site folder. Then we have the blog, we have the companies, we have etc. So I need the page of the company. And then here I can just search for internshipabroad.com. And this should be .co. And then you just press Command S and it's done. So this one is correct. I think UR overview, overview.com, and then employee borderless should be fine. Yeah, that's all correct. Okay, so that's done. Then we need to have my YouTube channel. Let me quickly get the correct URLs and then I will be back. Okay, so what I did, I just copy pasted my URLs. And what I'm gonna say is, remove this, should be fine, but. So now what this will do, it will just navigate to the footer. What you can also do, I'll show this after, you can tag a specific page or file that you want to change. So if we go in the component folder, we have footer. You would just do add sign footer and then it will open that file. So you can guide cursor more in which files you need to edit. Like if you have no clue, just try if it can be done without. If you have some clue, then yeah, it's better to navigate it. Okay, so also this we still need to align all properly. But this now should be correct. Yeah, that works. So we added a YouTube link, we add the social links. Then let's do the homepage first. So on cursor. On the homepage and also the about page, all the content is not in the center. Like there's weird padding on the left and right. The company section we already fixed, just the hero and all the other items on the page still need correction. Can you please help me change this? Again, I just use Super Whisper so I don't have to type. It's faster. What I mean, like this is just to align to the left, or this is nicely centered. Same with this. I think it should be more in the center. Also, this page format's weird, like it should be, let's say, like this. But still, you can see it's not properly aligned. And I think the same issue is with the about. See, with the blog, it's all the same. No, this is fixed, just the about section is not. Sometimes we have to be patient. I had to make some extra tweaks, but this fixed. So it's all properly aligned on every single page. We might need to add some design changes to those pages, but it's functional. Okay, so that's done. Page design is done. Layout for the post table. What I mean with that. Just gonna go one by one, and then after that we'll add some new stuff. So the post, I think we have a field for, let me check the database. Oh, we actually don't. For SEO title, meta description. Okay, let's focus on that later. Then let's skip the post table for now. Then let's start adding a field for the YouTube link. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna open a new chat and say add blog editor. How did we name this? So we just check the admin dashboard, sorry. Post edit page. This will be add post edit page and add post new. Yeah. So now we're tagging the pages that we want to work on. This one, not necessary. Then we're going to say, okay, so on every blog post that I have, I want to have the option to be able to add my YouTube link and then automatically fetch a placeholder image from the video and then embed the video in the blog posts and also make sure it's optimized for speed and SEO. Yeah, and then also please help me with the SQL that we can add to Supabase to include it in the database. So what I'm gonna do just to be sure is add a screenshot of this so it knows exactly the database structure. So here in Supabase, if you go to database schema visualizer, you can see how your database is connected. So here you can see that the post table where we store our post is connected to the author. So we can see which author wrote the post, and then the categories. The categories we didn't define yet, but we already have it. Same for media. Challenge days, it created it, but it doesn't do anything. And profiles is for the user management. Like right now we don't have any users. Maybe in the future, if I get a bigger following, I will build some community. But right now, that's not necessary yet. So now it's creating the SQL. And now it's also creating the TypeScript, basically how they fetch the information from the database. The only issue that I have here, it should directly fetch from the video. I don't want to insert a thumbnail URL. And I don't need the other SQL because it's already stored. I just need to add it to the page. Okay, it actually came back with a solution. I wanted to do it differently, so I already prompted it again, just my recording stopped working. So basically what it did, it created two options. One, I can add a link here and will automatically add it to the post, or it created this YouTube button and I can insert wherever I want in the post. The only issue is that it gave me the whole SQL and I only needed a specific row. Then also it created this row table column in that database for the thumbnail URL, which we don't need. We should just fetch it. So I asked them, like, just give me the SQL for this. And now it came back with this. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna copy this. We're gonna go to Supabase, going to the SQL editor, paste it in. So basically this is, okay, in the post table, add a column for YouTube URL. Done. And then we go back here and then simplified approach. Okay, accept all. Now the error is also gone. So let's try this. Let's just, I'm playing this anyway, so let's see what's gonna happen. We got some errors. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, open cursor. There's two errors. One is this one. Then we can navigate to the second one. I'm just gonna copy paste it in. Like, as you guys know, I'm not a developer. I prefer if cursor resolves it for me instead of me having to look at it. This actually, I already mentioned here, so we don't need this. I think this, for the directory we're going to build in public, I think there's some changes in how things work in Next.js 14 versus 15, and I think Cursor is still always trying to use 14. So I mentioned this in the challenge that I'm doing as well. You can, in Cursor, set specific cursor rules. So you go to rules and you can just tell it exactly. I think here we just need to be very specific when setting up the project for my 60-day challenge to use Next.js 15 and like how it should handle specific items. Because I think earlier it also ran into some issues, and it's better to just prevent this by setting the right project rules from the beginning. Not a big issue, like it can just fix it. It's just, yeah, now we're just wasting time. And if you guys want, please connect with me on either X, LinkedIn, or follow me on YouTube. Would help me out a lot. I've been on YouTube now for a week. Day of recording, not the day that you're watching. Followers or subscribers going slow. Like I didn't expect too much anyway, but yeah, maybe in the long term, if I have a slow growth of followers, it would not motivate me enough. I'm gonna do the 60-day challenge anyway. I need to improve my public speaking. It's just probably nicer if there's a bigger following, right? Slightly motivation. Let this just do the job. I'll take a sip of water. And again, if you guys have any ideas on what we can add to the dashboard. So what I was planning before, I think I mentioned this in the previous video, I want a daily tracker of goals. So every day, or I have a weekly goal, and then I just want to have a daily check-in where I just write my struggles, whatever, and then just log it. So it's not like journaling, just for myself, so I can keep myself motivated. And I also maybe want to gamify it. Like, okay, let's say we set goals for the whole year. Like, okay, next week I want to finish this project, or next week, or we want this increase in revenue, or we want this increase in traffic for my affiliate websites. And then maybe, since many people are now coding games, maybe we can just add like some sort of SimCity game in my own dashboard, that whenever I reach a goal, I get an amount of credits and I can start building my own city. I think that would be cool. And then maybe if you guys like it as well, just make it public and you can host your own dashboard. I'm not gonna charge you for it. It's just, I like to try new things, and then maybe if that's valuable to you guys, you can use it as well. It's actually making a lot of changes. Also the thing, I'm on a paid Cursor subscription. Actually, I think I have 2 at the moment. I used to have 8 because you get credits on fast request. When I just started with with using Cursor, I was like overusing it. I was like prompting for like a few days in a row. And then I just ran out of credits. So I just took 3 extra subscriptions. If you use it smart, I don't think you need to. But yeah. Okay, let's accept all. And check again. That's not a YouTube URL. Still an error. I'm just gonna copy paste in the error and it will figure it out. I'll just let this finish. Once it's done, I'll get back. Okay, and this is another lesson why you should always stack your files. What it did, it created a new folder in the app folder. So instead of putting it in the site, it put it in the app with blog. So it created a duplicate page. So now I already merged the pages. And I thought, like, let's keep the new one, but move it into the site folder so it's more structured. So that's what it did. And now it's working. Like, the refresh, you can see the placeholder image of the video. I just want to, we'll do this in the future, where we'll add a column in the table with introduction text. So I will write an introduction text myself. Then we show the video, and then we show the notes of the episode. But this is working. Then the hero image. Storm already. So if we want to try this, I'm not sure if it's gonna be nice though. Maybe let's just start with a round image. Let's just start with that. So I will just open a new chat. And what I'm gonna do is homepage, page. I think it should be this one. I'm just gonna copy the path for the homepage. Can we make the picture of? Let's just see if it can do this. And now when we actually tag the page, this is not how you should tag, just it didn't find it. Now it's like, okay, hey, actually on this page, this image is stored in the home hero. So let's change it in that page. Okay, let's see how this looks like. It's still, okay, and mobile, we need to optimize, let it do it themselves. Mobile, all the padding and margins are completely off. Can you please analyze all the pages that we have and make them mobile responsive? Thank you. I think something went wrong with the containers. Like now there's no margin at all. Here it's fine. This is fine. But also the mobile menu, like this is hugging the left side too much. I'm just gonna leave, I also want a new picture. So maybe I'll just keep this as a placeholder, and whenever I find a new image, I'll work on that. Also, I should probably revise this because now it's just written by cursor, right? And definitely I embarked on a 60-day challenge to document my entrepreneurial journey. Like it's very AI. It's nice. It updated the right links here as well. I'll just make notes for, or maybe I just do this. Open to do. There we go. Just done. So it's now fixing everything for mobile responsiveness. What do people usually add on their personal website? Like, should I add all the companies I worked for? It's also not that I really want to do client work anymore. Like if there's a nice project and I can do some consulting, sure, but I really just want to focus on my YouTube channel, my own companies. So for me, it's not very, like I don't need to sell myself, right? It's just like, hey guys, this is me, like follow my 60-day challenge. We need to create the categories. Maybe we'll do this in the next episode. Let's just get this live today because currently my website's offline, which is not great. So let's just get something out there and then along the way, we just keep improving. I'm curious, if you guys have a personal website, what do you store there? And do you get many inquiries for work or other projects? Would be interesting to know. Maybe I can learn from that. I think I'm also gonna do this next episode. I don't have too much time today, so I think what we're gonna do after this. So actually one extra step is push to GitHub, then publish to Vercel, and then we need to change the DNS records. The DNS records in Cloudflare, we basically just point to the server. And also I think we need to add the variables to Vercel. So now how we connect this to our database is with the is it .environment? I don't even know. .env file. But it's just local. So if I want to do it on live production, I need to actually add it to Vercel as well. Okay, so what I always like to do before I push it to GitHub is open a new terminal and say pmp build. And then, because if you push it to Vercel, it's also gonna build the project again. But then if it's now running into issues already, I can better fix them now before, here, there we go. I just like to fix those issues before I publish, because otherwise you get this huge error log in Vercel and you need to go back and forth like, okay, what's the issue? Not a big fan of that. So I prefer to just do it all at once, make sure the project can build, and then from there we just push it to GitHub and then to Vercel. Okay, once the errors are done, I will just show you guys how to push it to GitHub using GitHub Desktop. That's my preferred method. And then create the project and Vercel together, then add the environment variables, then change the Cloudflare, and then we're good to go. All the issues are resolved, sorry. Then the last thing that I asked is to, let's see, add a trailing slash at the end of the URL. So every URL will end with a trailing slash. Just my preferred method for SEO. So we just rebuild it, seems all fine. Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna open GitHub Desktop. In the previous episode, I showed you how you create a new repo. Now what you do, you just make a summary. So first, live push personal website. When you move on, what you will do is for small changes you make, you just make a note and description so you know what you changed. Because the good thing with GitHub, and that's basically why it's a checkpoint, it's loading. But if you go here to history, you can see all the changes that you made. So let's say you made changes and the whole application broke. You can just say, okay, hey, revert changes and commit. It goes back to the previous version and you're good to go. Okay, so this is done. Then what we can do, we can go to Vercel. You can create an account and then you just have all your projects here. What you will do is create a new project. And it's this one, Robin Schuchman website 2025. It's a Next.js framework. And then what you do is just deploy. Well, basically now it's just getting the code from GitHub and connecting it. And then you use Vercel for the front-end hosting. I'll just let this run. Once it's done, we'll continue. Even though we try to make sure there's no issues, there's still apparently issues. So let's go back to cursor, copy paste issues. I get those issues when pushing to Vercel. Please fix and make concise changes. It's never flawless, but I think I also should have just give more instructions from the beginning. Like now we just went raw into the project. Let's just start and let's see where we end. When I make a bigger project, I scope it out more proper and set better cursor rules. So my mistake, I guess. Okay, so this should be fixed now. So since we changed code, we can press accept all again. Go back to GitHub desktop, fixed, login, issues, and deployment to Vercel. Push it again. Okay, then go back and then deploy. And then see if there's any issues now. Now you can see here that it's the deployment that I make, so fix login issues and deployment to Vercel. It's now getting this. Actually, again, had an issue with the variables. So what I'm gonna do first is you go to projects and then settings. Then you have variables. So then we have next Supabase URL. And that's the URL we got from Supabase. And then another one is the key. Just save this and then redeploy. And then let's see what happened. After quite some fixes, it's finally fixed. So now our project is live. Then what you want to do is, because now we can actually access a page. It's hosted on a Vercel page. So our website is live, but we want it on our own domain. So what you do, you go to settings, domains here. Then you add production, no redirect, add domain. Yeah, so I prefer to not have www. So second option works for me. I actually already connected Cloudflare, so it's doing it automatically for me. I'll just make another episode where I explain on how to set this up properly. Let's see. And it's live. So now it's this website. If I go to www, it should redirect back to this. See? Okay, so our website's live. The next episode, we're gonna make some nice adjustments. And I'll just make a short video on how to actually connect Cloudflare or your domain name to your Vercel project. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. I don't like to ask it, but it will keep me motivated. And see you in the next episode. Have a good day. Bye-bye.